It was a dark and stormy night, and everyone in the Johnson family household was all sleeping. That was the night where none of them knew that their lives were going to change forever. And the slime's first victim would be Little Johnson, the 5-year-old boy sleeping in his bed on the second story of their house. Just like the slime did with every victim, it entered through the front door at approximately 2:36 a.m. And boom, it was there. It slimed down the stairs and went up the ladder to where Little Johnson was sleeping. By the time the slime reached the top, nobody had noticed a thing. The slime slinked over to where Little Johnson was sleeping. Nobody noticed a thing still. The slime got closer and closer to the bed until he was almost touching it. The slime climbed onto the bed, and nobody noticed. And nobody noticed the shrill screams of Little Johnson as he was devoured by the slime. His screams muffled by the slime. The slime knew that it was only a matter of seconds before the people of the Little Johnson's household were awoken by his screams. The slime slimed back up the stairs and out the way that he came in. Little Johnson had only lived with his sister for the past 2 months, in which their parents died in an awful plane crash. Of course, at 2:56 a.m., Sister Johnson was woken up by a weird squelching sound coming from the outside of the house. She just figured it was nothing, and she went back to sleep. A couple of hours later, she woke up to get her brother and to go to school. When she went into her little brother's bedroom, this is what she saw. His bed completely destroyed and had slime everywhere. Little Johnson was nowhere to be found. "Oh, little brother," she cried. "What has happened?" Immediately, she ran up, going to the police station to report a crime scene that has just happened. At the police station, she told the officer exactly what had happened. "Yeah, there have been a bunch of those cases for the last 2 weeks, he said. "There's a mysterious object coming around and sliming people's houses and killing millions of citizens in our town." "What are we supposed to do?" Sister Johnson yelled. "I'll take a look at the crime scene and we'll try to figure out what did it." "What? Don't you mean who?" "No, I mean what. No human could have done that great of damage. Let's go." Back at the crime scene, the police officer assessed all that had been done. "The slime," he said, "it's green. All the others were purple." "Yeah," she said. "What's that got to do with anything?" "It's got everything to do with everything." "Let's go back to the police station after I collect some clues," he said. "I'm going to have this tested," he said, "in a lab where they can know what chemicals and substances are in here." "Okay," she said. And they went back to the police station. And off we went to the Science Institute, where we met the scientist who can help us find out who did this to Little Johnson. "Well, after analyzing the data," he said, "it seems like some kind of creature didn't have any harmful substances in there that could have killed Little Johnson. So, That thing must have been alive. I was so shocked, I couldn't believe it. Had a human really caused my little brother's death? Makes sense, said the police officer. And we all went home, walking dejectedly and dragging our feet along the way. But when I got home, boy, what was there a big surprise for me. I walked down the stairs, but when I entered the living room, this is what I saw. Yes, it was little Johnson, covered in slime. I don't think he was breathing. He wasn't moving either. What was I supposed to do? Are you okay, little brother? He didn't respond. I decided to go back to the scientists and the policeman. I called them over to my house. You wanted to see us, they both asked. Yes, I did. Come in. When I came in after meeting you guys, I said, this is what I saw. Both of them stood at him and gaped at the limp body on the floor covered in slime. I'm calling the doctor, the policeman said. I'm going to conduct a few experiments and see if he's still breathing. Okay, I said. I don't know what else I could have done. I just stood there while everyone did their own jobs. Soon enough, the doctor arrived. Hey, I think someone called for me. Oh, wow, he said when he walked over and saw the body. Now we knows what's been killing millions of our people, he said. What are we waiting for? Let's take the slime off it. They worked and worked to take the slime off. After most of the slime was cleaned off, little Johnson still remained motionless. My brother is dead, I said. Let me take a look, the doctor said. He's not dead, the doctor said. He still has a pulse. We should all leave now. Yeah. You guys can leave. I'm going to stay and conduct a few investigations. I'm going to bring an ambulance and take him to the doctor's office. Good idea. Bye, everyone. Bye. Soon enough, an ambulance came. Well, not really an ambulance. A school bus was all they could find. The hospital ambulance was also slimed and completely messed up. The doctor came back with a gigantic school bus. If that's all he had, then it's fine. I helped put little Johnson into the bus. We both sat at the back of the bus, not saying a word. Well, not like little Johnson could say anything. Once we were at the hospital, I helped unload little Johnson once again. I carefully set little Johnson down and waited for a doctor. Hello, my name's Priscilla, and I'm going to be your doctor today. Hi, I said. Nice to meet you. And I bet if little Johnson could talk, he would have said hi too. She laughed. Suddenly, little Johnson started breathing really heavy, and his eyes started to flutter open. Wow, it sure looks like you didn't need to bring him here. My little brother let out a soft moan. He suddenly stood up. What's wrong? And I was the one who fell down. You're alive, I said. Looks like we are going home. Together this time. Let's go, he said. Let's go. Safe at last. The end.